Remember that story that they told us about in training?
About George Washington's first female spy during the Revolution. They called her Agent 355.
Born of an idea star Jessica Chastain had while working with director Simon Kinberg on X-Men Dark Phoenix about an all-female Mission Impossible-style espionage team, the 355 starts off with decent energy and good intentions. Unfortunately, it then devolves into a mess of sluggish cliches, predictable twists, and obvious arcs.
I like the new team.
We're the 355.
As an origin tale that clumsily lobbies for further adventures, the 355 brings together badass spies from different countries for a global squad of butt kickers scrambling to get their hands on a dangerous piece of tech that can be weaponized to target anything that's online. For a while, mostly during the first act, the action and chase sequences dazzle, enough to distract from the thin characters and emaciated dialogue. But somewhere around the movie's middle, the story loses steam, and the actual combining of these warriors into a functioning unit never quite rises to the occasion. The core cast of Chastain, Diane Kruger, Lupita Nyong'o, and Penelope Cruz is solid, and Chastain makes for a stalwart, default Danny Ocean type leader, but none of them are able to quite overcome the story's lack of wit and paucity of heart. If the 355 had few more moments of levity, or if it maybe made more of an attempt to rise above the absolute basics of the genre, the fact that each character is only given their one thing to care about would be easier to overlook. From Paris to London to Morocco, the spy's mission traverses the world, with each spot necessitating different types of tactics. Some require guns ablazing, while others call for formal wear and flirting. Chastain and Kruger get the most hand-to-hand action and both shine as formidable fighters during strong stunt sequences, but the standout of the squad is Nyong'o, whose MI6 gal in the chair nicely shifts from cyber scouring assistant to lethal field agent. Cruz's character sadly feels like the most wasted element here, as the one woman in the bunch with no combat training. Not only does the 355 not take enough comedic advantage of her being the fish out of water, but the premise is hammered home so much that you expect the twist to be that she's actually a violent agent hiding her abilities. But that swerve never happens, which is a pity because it would have been the only fun twist in the entire story. And sticking with that, as the film heads into its endgame, it seems to lose most of its interest in what it started. Sure, a lot of movies crumble at the finish, but the 355 particularly seems to rush through a lot so it can wrap things up and spread its franchise wings. Not that what we're given as a villain is all that exciting, but everything here past the midway point is just treated like a stepping stone to get the characters into future installments. Sebastian Stan and Edgar Ramirez round out the cast, playing their rather rote roles admirably. The best that can be said for them is that they feel way more vital to the film than Chinese star Bing Bing Fan, who's not only a late addition to the story, but also seems like she filmed little to no scenes with the rest of the cast. And if she wasn't green screened into the film, the staging sure makes it look like she was, which just from a blocking standpoint makes this ensemble feel pretty uncoordinated.
Are you under control?
Are you?
No.
The 355 did its first job correctly, which was to assemble a fun female cast who you'd want to see kick ass all over the world in an espionage adventure. It did not, however, deliver on its second and arguably more important task, which was to deliver a fresh and engaging story that fondly recalls old school while ushering in new school. Instead, it's all just underwhelming and obvious. Some of the action pieces are energetic enough to trick you into thinking there's substance to the story, but it's clear by the second act that this is an empty op. For more, check out our reviews of The Matrix Resurrections and Spider-Man No Way Home. And for everything else, stick with IGN.